Now I'm gonna close the show this evening with my Dr. Phil story. Uh, Dr. Phil McGraw is a friend of mine. We play golf together all the time out in Los Angeles, and he's a great guy. You never know. We became friends from him being a fan, and you never know if you see somebody on TV what they're going to be like in person. Doc's a solid fucking dude. I guarantee you that. He's straight as he can be, but he's a great fucking hang, and he's a great asset for me. My father passed away when I was young, and now I'm in this big business world. And I can bounce all these things that I have going on off of Doc and his 35 lawyers. And that's a big deal for me. And I'm a really good friends with his son, Jay McGraw. But anyway, the other day I was talking to my son about self-esteem. And a few days later I was playing golf with Doc. And I said, Doc, if you were going to tell somebody one thing to do to make themselves feel better about who they are, what would it be? And he said, finish the things you start. And I said, well, that's brilliant. And I went home, and there was a half a bottle of scotch sitting on the counter. I think I know what he's getting at. That's not my Dr. Phil story. Here's my Dr. Phil story. Every year, Doc and his family rent a yacht for 12 days in the Mediterranean, and that's their vacation. And it's the only way he can get away, because he is the most famous person in America. He's the most recognizable face, 6'4", bald dome head, porn mustache. You can spot him from any fucking where. And because he seems so approachable on television, and he really is approachable, I mean, he's a sweetheart of a dude, but people are always, anytime he goes out in public, they're just, oh, what about this? And that's fine at first, but eventually it will eat the skin off your fucking bones if you can't walk out of your house without somebody going, hey, my brother-in-law's all fucked up in the head, and I was wondering if you could just sit out for just a second. Come back here, asshole! And that's exactly how it happens. I've seen it, and so that's what they do. Well, this summer, my wife and I went on vacation to France and Monaco, and I need a break too. Sometimes I do 140 cities a year. I do more dates than any other comic, more cities than any other comic working the day because I just love fucking doing it. And 20 minutes from now, nobody's going to give a fuck about what I have to say. So. While they do, I believe I'll do a lot of shows. Hey. So we're in France and Monaco and having a great time, man. We're just I'm really in love with my wife. She's so talented. We have a fun life together, and we're there. And then one day the phone rings and it's Doc, and he goes, "Aren't you guys in Monaco?" And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "We're going to be in Monaco tomorrow. Why don't you come party on the yacht?" And I said, fuck yeah. Which is what you say if somebody says, you want to come party on the yacht? You go, fuck yeah. In fact, let's try it one time. You want to come party on the yacht? Fuck yeah. I don't have a yacht. So I was like, yeah, fuck, this is great, man. We're excited. We were down there. We were staying at the Fairmont Hotel overlooking the little yacht harbor in Monaco. Very cool place. And we were down there looking at the yachts the day before, going, wouldn't it be cool if you knew somebody that had one of these things? You could just hop on it and fucking throw the fuck down. And it's everybody's yacht, man. This is yacht heaven. This is Steve Wynn's yacht, Prince Albert of Monaco's yacht. This is that Russian dude with the tiny giraffes. Anyway, they're coming in at 6:30 the next evening, so the next morning we wake up, or next afternoon we wake up and we go have this amazing lunch, and we're drinking this fucking great wine from France, probably. That'd be my guess if I had to guess, and I did have to guess. France. And we were just having a great day, sex, and just a fucking, and then we go down to the fucking harbor that evening at 6:30. Sure enough, Doc's backing in a 165-foot yacht. I'm not sure that's how they do it, but. Beep, beep, beep. So the only way to get on the yacht is to walk on this gangplank to get on the yacht. And I'm walking on the gangplank going, nobody's stopping me. And we get on the yacht, and there's our friends from California halfway around the world. Are you fucking kidding me? How much fun are we having? I'm hugging everybody. There's a bunch of people on the yacht. Anytime I'm hugging you and I'm in a strange place, what I'm really doing is looking over your shoulder trying to find a bar. That's why I'm turning you. And I see the bar, and right in the dead front center of the bar is a bottle of famous Black Grouse, which is a scotch I started drinking when I was in Scotland for the Open Championship at Turnberry. And you start looking at what the Scots drink, and that's what they drink. And I'm like, oh, fuck, yes. And there they had a bottle of it on the fucking, it's kind of hard to find. And the bartender poured me a big old glass of whiskey, way bigger than this one. And I'm like, I'm in such a great mood. It tasted better than I'd ever tasted any fucking scotch ever. I'm like, oh, good Lord. What is that? That tastes like butter honey aged in Lindsay Lohan's pussy. It tasted so good, I decided to skip dinner and just have a couple more of them. I'm going to scare me up another one of these. That's one. How about one more? All right. I hadn't had a drink since lunch. I was fucking thirsty. I was going at it, you know. And Doc noticed I was really drinking hard, and he goes, boy, you're really drinking tonight, Ron. I said, yeah, Doc, some nights it just tastes like spring water. He goes, why don't you just drink spring water, Ron? I don't know. I'm not a fucking doctor. So this is going on for fucking hours. Now they really love Margot. They really love my wife, Margot. Margot's sung on Dr. Phil's show a few times, and they go everywhere to see her. And Margot's a 4.5 octave classically trained opera singer that sings rock and roll and jazz and whatever. She's been singing here for years. And Robin McGraw loves to goad my wife into singing, and my wife loves to be goaded into singing, so they make a great little fucking team. And so we're on the back of this yacht, and Robin goes, come on, Margot, sing for us. And Margot gets up. There's people on the back partying on all these yachts, and there's bars on the pier, people out there. And Margot gets up and she sings. They love jazz in France and Monaco. They have jazz clubs all over the place. And she gets up and she sings a jazz standard at full voice, which I don't get to hear her sing at full voice. She sings around the house, but not at full voice. And when she sings at full voice, it makes me cry. And oh no. And she finishes the first song at full voice, and people stand up on the back of all these yachts and start cheering. They go, yeah! And I'm like, oh, how cool is this, man? They really dig jazz. I forgot how much they dig jazz. She gets up and sings another song, fucking screaming. And then people are gathering up around the back of the boat. And by song 4, there's 400 people behind the boat listening to her sing. You could hear a pin drop, just like this, pin drop. And she's just killing it. And I have a little secret. I am fucking hammered, man. I am so drunk. I can't even believe it my fucking self how drunk I am. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Whoa. And I'd get a drink and I'd take one little sip out of it and I'd talk to somebody and I'd look back and it's empty. I'm like, anybody else drinking out of this glass? Miscalculation. Anyway, she does, I don't know, 7 or 8 songs, and she goes, okay, guys, that's enough. And she sits down, and Doc goes, well, Ron, you want to do something? Now, I got to preface this with he's on vacation with his best friend and head lawyer and his wife, Mary Pat, and they're Baptists from Dallas, and they're a little fucking straight. And they're about to find out my secret. About 20 years ago, I was doing a bit that was so vile that I only did it for about a week, and I just quit doing it. I'm like, this is not the direction I want to take my crowds or my show. And I have no idea why I picked that night to dust her off and take her for a spin. The other day I was tit fucking Mamie Eisenhower. Right before I came, my dick slipped and went straight down the tracheal tubes. Here's the moral question. Do you pull out or dump a load into her lungs? Yachts are pulling up anchor on both sides of us as fast as they can pull them up. They're leaving the harbor so fast there's a surfable wake. There's a stampede of tiny giraffes diving off the pier, swimming towards the ocean and certain death. People are pulling their kids off the pier. I went, I don't think they heard me. I'm going to do it again. Doc goes, that's enough out of you, Ron. And Margot's tapping me out. You ever been tapped out? Come on, baby, it's time to go. She's seen it. Come on, honey, let's just go back to the hotel. It's time for us to go. Come on, baby. Baby, let's just go back to the hotel. Come on, Ron. And I speak fluent drunk. That means I don't know why you want to leave. I'm having a perfectly good time. Turns out there was a consensus. I'm like, okay, I'll leave. Now, the only way to get off the ship is to walk back off that gangplank, and at the end of the gangplank, there's an 18-inch drop-off, and my wife's in front of me, Margot's in front of me, and I get to the end of the gangplank, Doc goes, big step, Ron. I said, thanks, Doc, thinking I'd made a big step towards something. Fuck, I don't know. He's a big psychologist, not me. It's amazing how much speed you could pick up in 18 inches. It's nothing like falling over on the same level that you're already on. I slammed down to that fucking pier. I landed square on this elbow, dislocated this shoulder, put a 4-inch gash down the back of my arm, and I was so drunk I just bounced off that pier. Fade to black. I wake up the next morning with the shoe buddies. All I can do is lay there in bed and go, shoe buddy. I can't move my shoulder. Shoe buddy. My shirt stuck to my arm with blood and giraffe hair and whatever the fuck else you find on a pier. Shoe buddy. I have a wet Jolly Rancher in my armpit. Sour apple. Had to cut it out with a pair of scissors. You almost can't eat them after that. Shoe buddy. I slowly opened my aching fucking eyes. And there's Margot. What happened? You got really drunk last night, Ron. What did I do? Well, you did the tits fucking Mamie Eisenhower story. Did Mary Pat laugh? Mary Pat left is what Mary Pat did. Shoe buddy. You think they're going to invite us back over to party on the yacht today? Because I don't know what's going to happen now, Ron. I don't know. Walks out of the room, slams the door. And I just start berating myself. I'm like, why do you do that, Ron? Why do you get so drunk it ruins things for other people? Why can't you just drink like a regular goddamn person? Is that too much to ask? You have a wonderful son and a beautiful wife, a great career. Why don't you make some changes in your life that'll make a difference in the long run? And about then the phone rang and it was Doc and he goes, you guys gonna come party on the yacht? And I said, fuck yeah! Thanks for playing along. I've never performed for a better crowd in my goddamn life. Bless your hearts for listening so intently.